what would you tell our viewers who are struggling to find their voice? And what's the right way to ask for something that you want?
So let me tackle the voice part first because I don't think you find your voice until you start to speak. And so I want like folks to put that and let that sit, right? There is no voice if you're not speaking. And so you need to go out and practice. And maybe you're not comfortable like speaking up online or in some of these forums and spaces, but you need to then journal, right? Start to write like how would you have responded? And you need to work your way up to the point where you would feel comfortable saying something because you never get to that place. And over time it's a process, right? It's a journey of finding our voice. Everyone who starts says, or they look back in an old video or they reflect back on a conversation, they're like, man, I'm so bummed that I said that, or I can't believe this came out that way. And then you're doing something really important, right? You're self-reflecting. So you're going back and you're looking at what you said, and then you're fine-tuning it or tweaking it to get it closer to what your heart ultimately wants to put out there. And so I say you have to speak. And if you don't feel comfortable speaking first, then write. And then after you write, then have conversation. And after you have conversation, then go out there and then tweak. You're going to continue to iterate. In terms of how you do it, I'm a big proponent of situational leadership, right? So there's no one blanket answer here, and there is no one right way to ask. Depending on the environment, depending on the culture, depending on the identity of the company that you're in, there is a way to do it. And I would say watch the informal cues and see how other people are doing it, because if other people do it one way and it's succeeding, odds are that is the right way to do it in that environment, in that context. I think where we mess up is we go to a conference and they say, oh, this is the way to do it, and you go back and you try and apply that to your company, but your company has a very different culture and that may not work there. Or you take it back to a different country and that may not work there. And some countries have high power distance and some have low power distance, and so you need to understand the distances of power when you're having that kind of conversation as well. So big proponent of situational leadership, and I think this is one of those situational aspects, and I would say that is what's going to dictate what the right way to do it is.